Yes, we are on After Dark with Super Marcey conversations. And I figured, you know what, we've known each other a while. We've swapped lots of stories. But let's talk about the worst first dates we've ever had. And compare.
Oh, good. Okay.
Because I have a feeling yours will probably be way worse than mine, although mine's pretty shit.
I mean, oh god, I don't know. The worst first dates I've ever had. Let me think. Okay, so you know OkCupid is that dating app?
Yes. It exists in Australia as well.
We're talking now about 13 years ago, when OkCupid was kind of newish.
Oh.
So I was using it on my laptop at the time. So I was still fairly new to it. I was just a young boy with a big hard cock. No.
Yeah.
I was on. Yeah. So I think the first date I ever had from there was with a cripple girl. We spoke for a long time on OkCupid for probably about 2 months.
Wow.
And she was very hesitant to meet me, and once we met, I figured out why, but she never gave me a heads up that she was crippled. So we've agreed to meet downtown somewhere to eat at a restaurant. And she gets out of the car, and she's got like this terrible limp. Like, she had a dead leg, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, so her leg didn't, like, move.
Oh.
So she walked, it dragged.
Oh, okay.
I wish I could get up on my table and show you, but I'm not going to do that. So just picture somebody walking and just kind of dragging what appears to be like a dead leg, you know.
So something obviously happened that doesn't... She's lost function somewhere.
Yeah, apparently it didn't work, and she didn't address it the whole date. I had to pretend I'm walking, right, picture her and me. I'm not crippled at all. I'm normally healthy. And her, pretty crippled, dragging a dead leg. The only thing against her is fine. I wish she would have made me aware of it. I think I still would have gone out with her. It was just so jarring to her get out, like seeing her get out of the car with this like weird fucking dead leg that had like a brace on it also. It had some brace that like I think stabilized it.
Wow.
Yeah, we went out. We just talked about nothing, and back then I was like, we're talking like what? I'm like 19. I'm just a young boy. I was a small young boy. I don't even think I had a beard back then. Or I don't even think I had pubes back then. I don't think they were.
You probably looked 12.
I did.
I imagine you looked 12. Yeah.
And I probably had like a small little peener. It was probably like this big.
Yeah.
It was, what hadn't come out of its maturity. So, but we had a date. Went to an Italian restaurant.
Italian.
We had spaghettis, and then I never talked to her ever again. I never called her or acknowledged her stuff.
But that feels kind of like, I could be somewhat crippled at times. I've needed like apparatuses to help me move around because my disability is very up and down. But when I was dating, I would always say, like, I have this. If that's a problem, fuck off, right? I just find it weird that someone does it about me. Unless, in her mind, it's normal. It doesn't exist to her as something. And she's like, ma'am, if it's such a big deal, then he's not worth it kind of attitude. I don't know. It's assumptions.
Few things. No one's ever going to admit that they've got a problem, especially like that. I mean, girls don't even admit. They won't even like forewarn you that they're fucking nuts. So
they're usually not aware they're nuts.
No, they know.
Oh no, maybe it's just men who aren't aware that they're psycho.
No. Well, I'm aware, and if
I know you're psycho.
If you have a vagina, then you're fully aware that you are also insane. But in her case. I felt kind of bad for her. She was a nice girl, and what was I gonna? I wish she had mentally prepared me because it was just even to this day I think about it. It was just kind of silly.
Yeah.
Her dragging a leg. It was kind of funny. I mean, I don't know.
And I find it very bizarre. Like, why would you not say that? Like, they're gonna notice that kind of thing.
2 months. I mean, we talked online for 2 months, and she never said one word. Now, if I was talking to somebody for that long, and let's say I had no head, or I was missing all my teeth, you know what I mean, or I had no nipples, I would go, hey, listen here, twits, and then I would let them know.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, clearly, when I was dating, it was like on my profile, like I have a vagina, I am crazy. Just be forewarned.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I wish girls would just be more upfront, like, listen, I'm a little nuts.
I'm a little nuts.
And I have periods once a month, so it makes me unbearable to deal with. So I'd be like, you know what? Thank you for being honest, and now we can finish our pasta. And then, you know what I mean?
Sure. I mean, look, some people are definitely not aware that they're not all there. They're not aware that they're all there. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
But they're not. But
what is your worst mistake?
Okay, this is going back several years. I can't remember how old I was, what year it was. This was back on the single Tinder days. And I'd been talking to this dude who's a bit older than me, talking for a while, not as long as yours, maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks, maybe a month, I can't remember. And it got to the point, you know, we'd exchanged numbers, we'd exchanged photos, so he knew. We didn't go full everything. So I had an idea what he looked like, he would have definitely had an idea what I look like. You can see that.
I think it's kind of weird a little bit, like seeing people naked before you meet.
Well, it wasn't fully. Like, I didn't see his dick or anything.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you said you did see his dick. Okay.
No, underwears were on. It was that kind of thing.
Like, he sent you a picture of him in his underwear.
Yes.
Like in his waist.
Yes.
How was it?
I just thought, okay, yeah, average, normal. I show what I look like. I'm like, you know what? I'm always upfront. I'm like, I'm not skinny. I'm very curvy. I have an ass. I have a tummy. I have thick thighs. Whatever. I'm always open about it. So I go. It's like, okay, we'll meet up for coffee or whatever. I can't remember. I show up. He doesn't even say hi. He just looks me up and down. And I might add, I did put in some decent effort. Like, I wasn't really nice. And he just looks at me and he's like, oh, you're quite fat. And I'm like, really? And he's just like, that's not what I was expecting. And I'm just there like, but you've seen what I look like. Yeah. I'm like, but you've seen what I look like, and you're standing here calling me fat. When I've spent like 45 minutes coming to meet you. And he's just there like, I only really go with, like, you know, really skinny girls, but I suppose I'll fuck you anyway. And I'm just there like, why would I want to fuck you? I'm like, I'm gonna leave and I'll go fuck myself later. Bye.
I fucking love this guy. He's an animal, man. Oh my god. So how long was the date altogether?
That was probably like maybe 5 minutes because I walked off.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, because he's like, I only do skinny girls, but I'll fuck you anyway. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'll go fuck myself and enjoy that better.
How did he look? What would you give him out of 10?
4? It's not like he looked fantastic either.
Hold on. What would you look? I mean, before he pissed you off, like what were you?
I was still thinking about a 4 because I'm like, he's average, not quite my type, but I was trying to go outside my box. Well,
he had to have intrigued you in some way, right? I'm assuming.
Well, I thought, you know, seems like a decent enough guy. But the really funny thing was, like, a month later, I get this text. Like, I deleted his number and shit. I got this text, and I quickly realized it was him. And there was a whole bunch of other numbers. He grouped messaged like 10 women to say, well, I just got my test results back and I don't have any STDs. And needless to say, me and like 9 or 10 other women just roasted this guy. And he was really horrible to every single one, it seems.
You know what? I think I like this guy, honestly. I think
you would.
Jokester. I love it. I love that's hilarious. You know he's fucking around.
He was definitely fucking around, and he fucked up because nobody wanted a bar of him after that.
That's great. I love this guy.
But then I can't even remember. But sometime later, it might have been a few years later, one of my friends was telling me about people she's been talking to and had matched with. And I see this very familiar photo that apparently must have been old because it was the same one I saw several years earlier. It's in his 40s then. So, and I'm like, and then I told my friend the story. She's like, well, I'm not going to bother with this guy. And she just blocked him. Bye-bye.
Damn, poor guy, man. I mean, it sounds like maybe he was playing with you guys, you know what I mean? Maybe he was a stud and he was just, like, bored.
Who the fuck knows? That's why I'm like, you know what? I've had some crappy dates, but that one takes the cake because it didn't even get that far. If I'm going to show up and you call me fat without saying hello, fuck off. Even if he said hello, fuck off.
Yeah. That's pretty funny.
See, I can laugh about it now. At the time, I was like, what a fucking cockhead.
Did he fuck your day up?
Oh, I forgot about it. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go home. I don't give a fuck.
Well, at least it's a funny story. At least it wasn't boring. At least you didn't sit there and, you guys didn't, like, waste 50, 40 minutes of your time talking about nothing.
Well, it was an easy way to know I'm not going to sit and talk to this guy for 50 minutes when he's like, you're fat. All right, dude. Peace out.